What's up, everybody? Welcome into your Buckeye Rush Hour for a Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. How's everybody doing? A little late today. Had some work I had to attend to, so apologies, but let's get it fired up. Hopefully somebody's still in here. Let me know in the chat if you are still in here. Anyway. All right, I got a topic I'm going to throw at you. If anybody wants to talk about it, hopefully you join in. 1 second. You know, this week has really messed me up, put me way behind with work and stuff. So I had clients I had to tend to. Where is our rush hour content? 1 second. Right. All right. Here we go. All right. So we're talking about college football's top coaches who have yet to win a national championship. Who's next? Let's run down this list I've got here. Got a 6. 6 is a good number. Right now, there's only 5 active coaches with 1 ring, at least one. Saban, Kirby, Dabo, Jimbo, and Mac Brown. So let's look at starting off with Mike Norvell at Florida State. His team has a national championship odds of plus 2,000. That's not great. I would be shocked if they even get a sniff of the playoffs, win their conference or anything like that. But they did win 10 games last year, which is something, even though they play in the shittiest conference, one of the shittiest conferences anyways. So, you know, it's been a while since Jimbo Fisher was there, you know, and they've gone through some bozos that really weren't very good coaches, but we'll see. I'm not too worried about them, honestly. I don't see Florida State being a real issue. I'd be surprised if they win 10 games this year. Next up, Steve Sarkisian from Texas. Also has plus 2,000 national championship odds this year. He's got a loaded roster, especially that wide receiver room, man. I don't know if Quinn Ewers is the answer or not. It'll be interesting to see how short of a leash they give him and who they go to next. I can't see them going to an Arch Manning, a true freshman who's only been on campus for a few months. I think they got to go Malik Murphy, and that guy's good. He's a real dude. So we'll see how Quinn Ewers can, you know, be the Texas quarterback. You know, he was inconsistent last year, and injuries didn't help either, but we'll see. I'm not too worried about Texas winning a national championship this year anyways. So, and then they move to the SEC next year, so it's going to get even worse. So next up, Lincoln Riley from USC. Their national championship odds are plus 1,600. He's coached, you know, Oklahoma, USC, somewhat loaded rosters, at least on the offensive side of the ball. If he ever hires a real defensive coordinator, it might be a good idea. But you got, you know, an offensive heavy team. You got the Heisman Trophy winner returning. So obviously Lincoln Riley can develop quarterbacks. Until he gets a real defense, I don't see how he wins a national championship. I mean, those guys don't even, you watch an USC game, they don't even want to tackle. It's horrendous. So he's been to the playoffs 3 times, by the way. How'd that go? Didn't even make it to the championship game. So usually they get blown the fuck out. And good luck. You guys join the Big Ten next year. So you're going to be playing, you know, high-end opponents, no more of this weak-ass Pac-12 bullshit. So this year, I don't think USC is a real contender to win a title. I know their odds are a little bit better than Texas and Florida State, but not good enough for me. That's not good enough. So again, get a defense out there. Next up, Brian Kelly. Their odds are plus 1,200, so getting better for 2023. So maybe Notre Dame was holding Brian Kelly back with their academic standards and their, admission policies and things like that. So down in LSU, he's loading up that team with some talent. If he can decide on a quarterback, if he can stick with one quarterback and find a good one, that will take them a long way. But I'm not sure if they have the answer at quarterback right now. So again, another guy that's been to the college football playoffs and not done well at Notre Dame, of course. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think they win their division this year. I think they'll probably finish second, and obviously not get into the playoffs. I'm not too worried about them winning a championship. It'll be interesting, though, to see how Brian Kelly takes this Tiger team. So won 10 games last year. That's a big deal. Beat Saban at home. So we'll see. We'll see. He's taking advantage of the transfer portal, too. So he's a good recruiter. I mean, you can't take that away from him, regardless of how weird he looks dancing with recruits. But in those videos, man, it's not good. Here's our guy coming up, Ryan Day. Buckeyes are plus 750 odds. Those are real odds. That's a real bettable bet. Ryan Day is the quarterback whisperer. He's going to develop quarterbacks. They bring back 12 starters from last year's team. Almost beat Georgia last year, but the two failings were on the defensive side of the ball. So you could say we somewhat mirror USC in that regard. Our two losses were due to the defense, big plays and stuff. So, but Ryan Day, 45-6 in his career so far with Ohio State. They have everything they need to win a national championship this year. And again, we've talked about it. We've done a million shows about it. Can this defense get up into their top five, into the top five in the nation? That's the key. There's going to be a game, maybe the Michigan game, and maybe earlier in the year. There's going to be a game where you got to call on the defense and say, go win this freaking game, late in the fourth or whatever. At least don't lose it, for Christ's sake. All right, next up is our guy, our favorite, Jimmy Hardballs. They are plus 800, just behind us in the 2023 odds to win the national championship. Michigan is. So Harbaugh made a huge leap. He's really turned the corner since they didn't show up in Columbus in 2020. Of course, we didn't get credit for that forfeiture, but he's winning 10 games now, 2 years in a row. Makes it to the playoffs. Doesn't really do much in the playoffs. They need to probably work on that playoff period in their practices or something. I don't know, but couple blowout wins over the Buckeyes. So they're doing well in recruiting this cycle. The question is, will Harbaugh come next February? Will he be in another NFL team's office interviewing for another job? That is what I'm really looking forward to, regardless of how the season goes. Will Harbaugh do it again? You can't bet against it, right? Will he go look for another job? But he's got JJ coming back at quarterback. You got the two-headed monster in the backfield, two of the best running backs in the country, really. You can't argue with Corum and Edwards. Matter of fact, I'd take Edwards over Corum. He is a much bigger big play threat. And Buckeyes are going to have their work cut out for him come November this year. So, but Harbaugh, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. He's just like Brian Kelly, Lincoln Riley, gotten to the playoffs, but hasn't done shit with it. Hasn't even made it a ball game. I mean, I think JJ just threw another pick six. Oh God. So let's check on the chat. Hey, what's up, Daniel and Billy? Sorry, I apologize for being late. I really didn't think I was going to be that late, but had a phone call I had to take. And, sometimes I work for myself. So sometimes clients gotta take the front seat. So apologies. But hey, we got like an hour-long show on Monday. Didn't really go our way the way we wanted it to, and turned into more of a shit show. But at least I got you an extra half hour on Monday. But so what do you guys think? Who do you think out of these six guys, who is the next to win the national championship? Harbaugh, Day, I know who you're going to say, Brian Kelly, Lincoln Riley, Steve Sarkisian, Mike Norvell. I'm leaning towards Day, but I got to take off my Buckeye colored glasses and stuff. But not Norvell, not Sarkisian. He still has a ways to go at Texas. Lincoln Riley, maybe, but I don't know. I don't see how his teams are going to go through an SEC team, or even two if they had to. They're not built that way, man. Again, the defense is a problem. You go against Georgia's offense, they're just going to bloody you to death. They're just going to, pound you. And Bama probably will too, because they don't really have a quarterback this year. So I don't see Lincoln Riley doing it. Brian Kelly, you give him another year or two, he's gonna have a serious contender there in Baton Rouge. I'm serious, man. He would be my main concern. I'm not concerned about Harbaugh at all winning a national championship anytime soon. So let's check the chat. Yeah, Daniel says Ryan or Lincoln. I agree. It's just, what do you think about the SEC? If you see a USC team going through Georgia, beating them in a playoff, I don't, man. That's a tough one. Even Bama, Georgia, I can't see that USC beating them. USC is going to have a hell of a time beating Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State, when they join the Big Ten. They need to take advantage this year. They got the returning quarterback, some say the best player in the country. I don't know. But if they don't cash it in this year, look out. Oh, Sean Michael. Michigan is literally the only team this year with no flaws. OSU has major flaws, but okay. LOL. What major flaws does Ohio State have? I'd like to know that. Yeah, Billy says all day. Capitalized day, of course. Billy also says something I don't trust about Kelly. I don't think he's elite. Yeah, but you got to wonder if his time at Notre Dame, if like I said, they were holding him back, from getting the elite athletes that he wants, those big 5-star dudes. He's got a bigger pool to choose from now. At Notre Dame, he had a very small pool of dudes that he could get into school, So now he's got an expanded pool. He's a good coach. He's been around forever. He's progressed from the beginning, starting in the MAC. So he's paid his dues and moved up. I don't know if he's a good X and O's kind of guy. I wouldn't say he's a good schemer, but that's why you hire offensive and defensive coordinators, Sean says unproven QB, unproven defense, coaching staff. What? Right. Not too many teams. He said that not too many teams are going to hold up. Yes, we're built to drop 50 on MSU, not Michigan. Okay. All right. Okay. O line's better, D line's better. Okay, I know. I've heard this all before. Well, then, all right, Sean, Michael, give me your record prediction for the regular season for Michigan. Undefeated or what? Let's see it. Yeah, Billy, I know Notre Dame fans did say he was a bad recruiter. Talking about Brian Kelly. Yeah, he's a weirdo, but he's trying at least. Hey, Corey, how you doing? Yeah, Donovan Edwards was running just fine, regardless of torn patella. I don't think it slowed him down one bit, dude. What about the cast on his hand? Why don't you throw that out there too? Give me Michigan's record this year. 10-2, 11-1, 12-0. It's all in the cards. Blake Corum was hurt too in that Ohio State game. Didn't even play much. You want to throw that out there? Terry, what's up, man? Terry says we got to beat Michigan this year, and we will. Michigan fans are killing me at work. They're so ignorant and obnoxious at the same time. Hey, you just jumped in at the right time, Terry, because we got one of those. We have one here. Let Sean tell you how Michigan's so much better this year. Yeah. You do realize when you talk about Ohio State has an unproven quarterback, I don't know what that means. It's his third year in the program. And have you seen the last three quarterbacks that Ryan Day has cranked out at Ohio State? They've done pretty well for themselves. Showed up in New York. Yeah. You want to check tape? Give me Michigan's record. They should have lost to Illinois, and they shouldn't have had Blake Corum out there running 35 times. Don't have to name starter, dude. Give me Michigan's record. What do you got? Regular season. Not going to get a record prediction out of this guy. So what do you guys think? The rest of these coaches, does our Michigan guy think Harbaugh's going to win a national championship? Huh, Sean? Michigan going to win a national championship? You got to do it this year, right? JJ's gone. Corum's gone. Losing some O linemen, maybe. I don't know. You never use your receivers on the outside anyways. So, all right, there it is. Finally, we got a record prediction. 12-0. All right, I love it. Ohio State goes 10-2, Penn State 11-1. All right, I'm going to hold you to that. 12-0, huh? Yeah. You got a garbage schedule. How can you say Drew Aller is better than McCoy? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Get the hell out of here. You're a moron. You haven't even seen either one of them play. Come on, man. Anyway, moving along. Let's talk about these coaches. How's Brian Kelly doing on the recruiting trail this year so far in the 2024 class? Where's our class rankings here? Team rankings. LSU. Okay, they're coming in at 10th. They got a decent average per player ranking at 90.07. Anything above 90 is good. Sorry, we did have a message here about Clemson. I did want to go back to that. Cowtown Customs. Not a fan of Clemson, but they have Riley. Oh yeah, the younger Riley as their new OC, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't like Clemson a bit either, but that OC is definitely going to help them. Definitely. It's a good thing they moved on quickly. Yeah. But yeah, looking at these recruiting rankings right now, Buckeyes with a 93.7 average per player. Oh, we can sort now. Nice. Leading the way. Then Alabama 93.48, Georgia 93.30, Florida 92.25. They got a couple 5-stars there in Florida. Oh, USC, no 5-stars though. What the hell? They're at a 91.75 with 17 commits. Clemson, 14 commits. They're at a 91.6. Michigan down here at a 90.69. No 5-stars. 25 commits. Holy crap. That's a big class. Yeah, Cowtown, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm sorry, small town scratcher. I agree. That schedule is pretty fucking weak. Yeah, what happened? What happens to Michigan when they go up against Georgia and Bama? They don't lose by 1 point. I know that. Seems like they lose by a lot more than that. Well, you didn't get to see them last year, but anyway. Yeah. Everybody wants to talk about the past. When's Michigan going to land a 5-star? They're going to get a 5-star in this class? When's Michigan going to land a 5-star? Anybody know? They got 25 commits, 17 4-stars, rolling in those 3-stars, though, 8 3-stars. That's not good for the old blue chip ratio, pal. But how many guys you taking in there? You got 25? You going up to 30, maybe? Wow. Look at you. Billy, go Billy. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. JJ just threw another pick 6. Take a drink of water here. Oh, the chat is alive and popping, though. Love it. This guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. You don't even know who the hell's this chat. Crush it, guys. Crush them. I don't mind letting fans of other teams in here, but with horrible takes like this, you're one step away from getting fucking moderated. Just bad takes after bad takes. Jesus. You do realize this is an Ohio State channel. I don't know what the fuck you showed up for. You know. Yeah, he does seem like he might be a Buckeye fan. I agree, Daniel. We'll go for a couple more minutes. Again, apologies for the lateness, but I appreciate you guys sticking around. But seems like the chat is calming down. All right, boys. Go, Billy. Tell him, Billy. All right, boys. We'll be back on Friday, going live again. Daniel gets the last word. I love it. We'll be back live again on Friday. Keep subscribed here for your daily Buckeye Blitz. And of course, Sunday night, we'll be back in action. I'm not sure if Henry's going to be back or not, but I know me and Jeff will be there. So anyway, hilarious. Continue the chat in the comments. Talk to you guys later. Go Bucks.